The cold case wasn't cold. Detective Harris was used to late nights, but the file on his desk felt different. A missing girl from 1997. Case unsolved. Body never found. The evidence box was dusty, but inside was an old cassette tape labeled, "Don't Play, Curiosity 1." He pushed it into the recorder. A girl's voice whispered,
"Please help me. He's still here."
Static crackled, and then came heavy breathing.
"Detective."
It said his name. Harris froze. This case was older than his career. How could it know him? The lights in his office flickered. The recorder stopped. When he ejected the tape, it was blank. But inside the evidence box now sat a Polaroid photo. It showed his office. Tonight. He was at his desk, and behind him, the missing girl stood smiling. The last case of Detective Harris. Detective Harris always thought he had seen it all. Murder scenes, bodies left to rot in alleys, suicides that didn't add up. But the case of the missing girl, Lily Morin, was different. Her parents swore she was taken. The neighbors claimed she vanished into thin air. No broken locks, no footprints in the mud outside. Just her room, untouched except for the mirrors. Every mirror in that house was covered with sheets, nailed in place like the parents were terrified of reflections. When Harris asked why, they said Lily would stare at them for hours, whispering to her own reflection until her voice went hoarse. That night, Harris stayed in the house alone. A storm raged outside, lightning slicing through the boarded windows. He sat at the desk, reviewing Lily's diary, page after page of scribbles. She wants out. She says, "I'm just the doorway." The detective scoffed, though his chest felt heavy. When thunder shook the floorboards, he noticed one sheet had slipped from a tall mirror in the hall. His own reflection stared back at him, only when he tilted his head, the reflection didn't move. He froze. His breath fogged the glass, but the other Harris only grinned. Then it raised its hand and tapped the glass from the inside. A hollow thud echoed through the hall. "Just a trick of the light," Harris muttered, reaching for the sheet. But the reflection's lips moved, forming words his ears couldn't hear. It tapped again, harder this time, and his heart hammered in reply. He ripped the sheet down, ready to smash the mirror. But when he looked again, Lily was there. Standing behind his reflection, her eyes wide, mouth stitched shut with something black and wet. Harris staggered back, but his reflection didn't. The mirror. Harris stayed close to the glass, smiling, while Lily's stitched mouth twitched like she was begging him to run. Then the reflection raised its gun, his gun, aimed straight at him. The detective spun around, weapon drawn, but no one was there. Only the storm outside, rattling the walls. When he looked back, his reflection was gone. The mirror was empty, but his holster was empty too. The last thing Detective Harris ever heard was the sound of his own voice behind him, whispering, "Case closed." The detective's last investigation. Detective Marcus Hale had been on the force for over 20 years, but this case was different. A string of disappearances plagued a small industrial town. All the victims were last seen near an abandoned textile mill on the edge of the river. Locals whispered about screams echoing from the building at night, but every time officers searched, they found nothing. Marcus decided to go alone. He didn't believe in rumors. He believed in evidence. The mill reeked of mildew and rust. His flashlight beam cut through the dust, landing on rows of broken machines. Then he noticed something odd. Footprints in the dust, fresh and leading deeper inside. He followed. The prints led him to a locked door. From the other side came a muffled sound, like crying. He forced the door open and stumbled into a room lined with mirrors. Each one reflected his flashlight strangely, like the glass was thicker than normal. In one mirror, he saw a woman bound to a chair, gagged and sobbing. He spun around. There was no one in the room. When he looked back, the reflection had changed. Now the chair was empty. Instead, he was in the mirror, tied down, gagged, eyes wide with panic. Marcus dropped his flashlight. The beam spun across the floor as the glass rippled, and something pale and long-fingered reached through, grabbing his wrist. The next morning, officers found his car parked outside the mill. His badge lay on the front seat. But Detective Marcus Hale was never seen again, and in that mirror room, if you shine a light just right, you can still see him, begging to be let out.